Aspirants, before each of you sits a prayer lantern crafted by your mother. In her honor, light its flame.
In honor of Rost and all he did to help me get here.
Oh, Mother, hear our prayer. What is the child but a mother's hope that takes flight? A glowing flame that climbs the air, set free to the wind, sailing the sky till it fades and falls. So, from one to another, passes the chain of love.
How's it going, fellas? And let's start this brand new series. A brand new series of just kicking back and talking video games. Just ranting, raving, talking video games. There's not going to be too many edits. I'm just going to try and do it with one big thing. There might be a cut here and there. But I just want to sit back, relax, and talk video games. If you have any opinions on what I talk about in today or another episode, leave in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for the video if you agree on the topics or disagree as well. So let's get into it, and today we're going to be talking Horizon, Below Dawn, Zero Dawn, Below Dawn, Zero Dawn, I think it is, whatever it is. That game came out this week and it is amazing. It is one of the best games I've played on the PS4. It is a beautiful open world action game that it's a hack and slash, it's an action adventure game, it's a survival game, it has RPG elements all into one. And Guerrilla Games have to be credited for this because it is gelled together perfectly. Yeah, there's a few things with the camera angles and square to crouch, and there's a few things that I would have done differently, but overall the game is great. As I said before, it looks stunning. At night time with these glowing flowers and everything around with the shadowing and it just looks amazing. I've got to give credit where credit's due with this game because it looks stunning at night time, even during the day in the sunset, with the robot dinosaurs, 80-foot brontosauruses that look fucking unbelievable. It's great how much detail they have in these animals and these dinosaurs and everything. The only gripe I've got with the graphics is the cutscenes. The models in the cutscenes do lack a little bit of detail, in my opinion. But, look, it's still next-gen standards, so you've got nothing to worry about. The game is one of the better-looking games on PS4, in my opinion. But the story is where Guerrilla Games excelled in Killzone. Killzone, the whole game was driven by the story of the single player. Does this game live up to the story? Yes and no. The start is extremely slow, but it gets better. It builds up to where you don't want to put the controller down. I'm at a point now where I can't stop playing the game. I haven't quite finished it yet, so I'm not gonna... Don't worry, guys. In any of these videos, I will never spoil the story. That is one thing that I'll vouch from day one now. I will never spoil a story for any of you guys, because that takes, especially in a single-player game, that takes away the whole thing of a single player game, the whole ride, the whole everything. I don't ever want to spoil a story because the story is everything in a campaign, and this doesn't let you down. As I said, it's a bit slow at the start. It takes a little when you start off as a kid and everything like that, and you've got to work your way up and live the character and how you've got to build a relationship between the player and the character, all that shit, but it just doesn't. It just gets very slow, but it builds up. It gets very in your face very quickly. And the only bad thing I've got to say about the story, and the one major thing that I have with this game, is the story with the questions. And they say that you've got a personality, and it doesn't really matter what you choose. Like, you choose your questions, you may as well just have a cutscene. The order of the questions, to me, don't really make anything. There is a little thing in the game where you can select certain things to say that affect your personality, but it doesn't affect the game in any way, shape or form. See, like with The Witcher, if you chose the aggressive thing, you would kill those guys. If you didn't, you wouldn't, and things like that. But this, it just doesn't feel like those choices actually change anything in the game, in my opinion. There might be certain bits that they do, and I've missed it, and I apologise if they do actually change the things of the game. I've only played it once and things like that. I haven't delved into it like what some people may have. But to me, those questions with the love hearts, and you've got the good answer, the bad answer, and the middle answer, and it just, yeah, to me, it just doesn't matter what one you choose. It still ends up with the same outcome. But like all open world games, this game has plenty of things to do. There's tons of side missions, tons of abilities and gadgets and everything to unlock. But the one thing that I do like about unlocking things is they actually show you a video of what you're actually buying, what your weapon does or what your ability does. I do like that feature because sometimes you get left in the dark. Far Cry Primal, I believe, done it as well. But sometimes you get left in the dark on what these things actually are, and it just gives you an idea of what you're buying before you buy it, which is a good thing. And as I said, there's plenty of side missions to do. Some of the side missions, like in all these open world games, are kind of pointless, and I don't really see the point of doing them. I'm not one of those players that grinds for platinum or to do every mission in the game. I just want to do the main story and a few side missions when I want to keep the game, if the game's good, to keep it going longer than what it does. But if the main story doesn't intrigue me, the side missions aren't gonna, so that's just my opinion. But there's nothing wrong with doing those side missions, and there's plenty to go around. So to summarise this game up in a couple of minutes, graphics, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. They have to be congratulated for their graphics and their gameplay, because their gameplay is fun and the graphics look amazing. There is so many things that gel so well together in the gameplay aspect. And it just works. There is it's just great to have something different. Like, that's what was so good about Far Cry Primal. It was something different. And that's what this game is. It is a beautiful open world game that is just magnificent to look at and fun to play. Yeah, it does. It gets a little bit long-winded in the middle of the story, and there's a couple of RPG elements where you can't take on certain animals or certain enemies because you're not strong enough and things like that I don't agree with, but that's the way that the game went. But overall, if you like open world games, this game is a must-buy. 100% must-buy. There's not too many games that actually come out on PlayStation, or I don't have an Xbox, and Xbox would probably be the same. I don't see why it'd be any different, but there's not too many games that actually warrant my $60 or my $70 or however much you pay in your particular country. It's just not there, but this game it is. It's a damn good story. If you're a player that likes a damn good single player experience, open world, it's a must buy, 100%. If you're a person looking for something different, looking for a single player game, you're just over multiplayer games and microtransactions. There is none in this, which is a breath of fresh air when it comes to PS4 games and next-gen gaming, because microtransactions have just filled up. It's just a breath of fresh air to play a single player experience that isn't just overflooded by how much I will spend on microtransactions. All their decisions, and I'm going to be talking about it in another video, another rant and rave, or whatever this is. But other than that, guys, I have talked and raved long enough. If you do like longer rants and raves, I'm going to be getting further and further. This is just a short one, just to get me feet in the wet in the water, or whatever they say. I'm just getting ready for some longer ones. But if you do like Call of Duty and longer podcasts or rant and raves, I do have Call of Duty podcasts that are more in-depth, so if you do like Call of Duty, check them out. But other than that, I've talked and raved long enough, guys. Horizon is a kick-ass game. If you like the video, leave a like, comment if you agree, disagree, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch us later.